Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the BYOB Morning Show. It is Women's History Month, and here we are in living color. We're not Memorex, we are live. So, how y'all doing? How's your day going, your morning going so far? I am Rose Fauntleroy, and I'm going to pass this off to my illustrious, beautiful co-hosts for them to introduce themselves, and then we're going to get started. We go get to rolling here this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I am Verlin Smith Randolph, the Rose of Audacity. I am excited to be here. We always stepping on something new. And I'm glad and I'm happy to be here to share it with you. Welcome to what? Wednesday. Don't you just love Wednesdays, Rosie?
Halfway there, girl. What they say,
Halfway there.
Is
we halfway there. We halfway there. Thank you for joining us this morning. And our next beautiful co-host is...
Good morning, everybody. I am Dawn McCarty, the Queen of Cybersecurity, and I am so happy to be here with you lovely ladies as well. It always makes this fun. So let's get started.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have some fun this morning. Good morning, Gertrude. Good morning, Angela. Ooh, I like that name, Angela. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Good morning, Ava. Thank you for showing up. Thank you all for sharing. Yeah, please share out the broadcast. Why? Because sharing is caring. And if you notice at the bottom of the screen, I said share it with your friend. Well, go and share it with your haters, too. They always watching what you do. Don't let them know. Let them know you know, I see you just like you see me. So this morning, ladies, we're going to talk about monetizing everything, because if you don't, then you're missing money. You're missing money. And that will lead us into the webinar that's going on this Saturday at 8 p.m. Central. It's called Missing Money Webinar. And the link for that is bit.ly/missingmoney21. Now, my question is, and I'm just going to throw this out here and y'all can kick it around, like a football or whatever. If you're not monetizing everything, do you really have a business? Is it really a business? What y'all think?
I don't know. How could it be a business if you're not making money?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
When I filed my tax returns and I came back and said, they asked me, well, how much money did you make? I said, well, I didn't really make anything yet because I'm still in pre-revenue. And they're like, then the IRS will say that is a hobby.
Oh, so you said you were in pre-revenue, right?
Uh-huh.
So they said, okay, we're going to remove those pre-deductions.
Just about. They consider it a flag.
Yeah, they said, oh, pre-revenue. Okay. That's good. So IRS says that's a hobby. So if you don't know how to monetize what you have, maybe you don't have anything yet to monetize. Because, Don, that was a good point. Pre-revenue. If you're pre-revenue, does that mean that you may not have anything to monetize? Or you may think that what you have is not monetization ready.
Or you're too caught up in giving that information away for free, not realizing the value.
Oh, shucky ducky. Now she don't. Isn't that sunny? Because she don't throw on her glasses.
Girl, that free 99 thing is gone with the wind.
Oh, gone with the wind, blowing away.
That's a lesson learned right there. That's a lesson learned. Because if you don't value it, we hear this every week, sometimes several times a week. If you don't have any value for it or put a value on it, no one else will either.
Absolutely.
And what about some of those things that you have an idea of what your business is, or you're already in business, but there's some other things that you're not even realizing that you can monetize, and you're still giving that away for free. So how can you increase your profits, increase and scale your business with those extra things that you're not even considering as potentially part of your business?
Right. And those extra things that you may be talking about are the simple things. And I think, well, I can't speak for anyone else. I'm only going to speak for Rose, because I can tend to throw other folks in my mouth in a minute. But I'm only going to speak for Rose because it seems so simple. And if someone asks you a question, and because you know it, and you know it inside and out, they act. And I'm gonna tell you, my sister told me this the other day. And you know it inside and out. They ask you one question, and you're on a tangent, and you have ran down not just the answer to the question that they asked you, but you don't went above and beyond and told them how to start a whole business from it.
You're spilling your SME, your subject matter expert stuff
All over them.
Yes.
all over.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Now this really struck home for me. And if my sister is listening, she's gonna laugh. She called and asked me a question, a business question. And I gave her information. Just see, because it seemed really simple. Okay. Just conversation. After I finished the conversation, I said, girl, do you know I just gave you $250 worth of free information? She said, well, I asked you for it.
And you freely gave it.
I freely gave it. So I was like, well, yeah, you asked me the question, but I should have just answered your question. Not said, well, this step, this you do, that. She said, I ain't asked you for that. So in other words, don't send me an invoice.
What was that saying that I saw last week? And I think I posted in our groups that said, if you ask me a question, I'll tell you where to send the payment, or something like that.
Right.
So
It was on a t-shirt.
yeah, you can establish that right up front.
Exactly. If you want to pick my brain, I'll send you an invoice first.
Yeah.
So yeah, the things, and I think that these are good points that we're talking about, because we look at monetizing everything as a bad thing. But monetizing everything is how Walmart started. It's how Amazon got started. It's how Microsoft got started. And Coach makes a really good point. And when you all hear me say Coach, I'm talking about the Reverend Dr. Donnell Winningham, whose illustrious platform she has allowed us on. And for that, we say thank you. But you're just like a store, just like Walmart, just like Amazon, just like the corner store.
The corner store, right.
When you open your doors, you don't open your doors and say, come on in, pick what you want, and go out the door and don't pay for it. You can't stay in business unless you're constantly monetizing, constantly offering value for the hostess cake they may pick up on the shelf, for the book that they may order. It has value. How do you know it has value? Because they come into your store and they want it.
Yeah. And how about when you have your product line or your service, and some of the stuff seems so simple that you're not realizing that it actually would have a value, or maybe it's already out there for free on the internet. Maybe someone could really go out there and do their own research and discover that product or that service. The difference is that you bring a perspective. And it's something that I've been learning with Coach, that even those little teeny things I never even thought about can be monetized.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you say you bring a perspective. They could still go out there and do the work, do the research. A lot of people not going to want to do the work, but no one can do it like you do it. Put your spin on it.
Right. And I actually like the fact that I can put my spin on it. How many times are we out there trying to talk to other people that do something similar as us, and they kind of want to keep us all in that same mold and saying the same thing and bringing the same product, where if you step out of that and you bring how you do it, that is setting yourself aside or apart from the rest. And what makes that more valuable?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm sure you all can agree, there's nothing new under the sun. There's very few things that are exactly brand new and have never been done before. Okay? So everybody is bringing their different spins and their different perspectives on it. You know, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Chiquita, for sharing. Good morning, William. Ooh, it's nice to see a man on the show. I like to see the men's in the house. Bring some friends. Bring along your friends. William says, how you know it has value? Because people desire it. And how do you know that what you have value? Because people come to you for it.
Yeah.
They ask a question.
Yeah, even if you and I sold the same thing or provided the same service, we are going to have different targets, different clients, because they'll resonate different with each of us. So the competition is really yourself, not somebody else.
Right.
I'm trying to share out the broadcast because we're asking you all to share out the broadcast too. You know, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with the guy on the corner, but share it with the people you know that don't really rock with you. You know, they may say they rock with you and you ask them to do things for you or share out your stuff and they don't. Share it with them anyway. You know, you might be their only friend. That might be why they so grumpy, because they don't feel that anyone loves them and they're not going to say that. So share it with them anyway. You might be the only person that touches them today.
Exactly.
Okay, William also asks, I am a music producer. I get paid for remixing a song that already exists. That is my twist of the song, a mix. So that is his
That's his zone of genius. That's his personality.
Right.
That's his difference to something that may already
Right.
exist.
What makes what you do different?
Right.
And there it is.
There it is. So that should give you all something to think about, because you're probably thinking, well, I could have done that, but I may do it a little differently.
Yeah. Well, that's true in the cybersecurity world. Is how many ways can we teach you how to create a secure password? Everybody in cybersecurity or in information security could do the exact same thing, and they could teach it almost the exact same way, but it's how you present it and that engagement that you have with your audience that's come to you, and putting a little bit of a spin on it where, for example, are you talking to people that go to work every day? Are you talking to average people? Are you talking to minors or children on how to set their passwords? So you got a lot of different perspectives out there. And same with like the music, is there's so many different ways to play that song, which makes more value in the song.
Right. Right. Precious Austin says, all the advice I gave in the past, I should have gotten paid. Truly, I understand that one, Precious. I was giving it away, just free advice. That there is another, but that's, we think, oh, it's free. It's what I do naturally. I for it. Yeah, I used to think the same.
Well, and I think
I used
sometimes
to
too,
feel
we
the
become that
same.
subject matter expert and we want to share what we know. So it's natural for us to share that knowledge. But when we're sharing too much, we're not monetizing and we're not getting that reciprocation back.
Right. Oh,
And
but we
we
know
might
now.
spend time and money to gain this information too. So why wouldn't it provide value?
That's why Coach is doing this missing money webinar, because we don't know what we don't
Mm.
know. And when she tells us that we kicking aside money bags to pick up coins, that's a hurtful thing. When you bend down to pick up this 2 pennies and a dime, and you got a stack, and you walk right over it, going after the coins. Now that there was a lesson learned too.
Let me ask y'all something, Verlin, because that's a good point. You kick the money bags to the side to get to pick up the dime and the 2 pennies. Now you think about when you reach down to pick up those coins, how hard sometimes it is to scoop those coins up off of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But the money bag, you could just grab that. Do you
Yeah.
think that we do you think that the reason we do that is because we are afraid that we will be rejected for what we are sharing? So we take the easier route, the low-hanging fruit,
Yep.
versus what it may take, or the work or the labor that it may take to pick up the money bag. Because
Mm-hmm.
if the money bag is full, it's heavy. What y'all think
Yeah.
about
And we're concerned about what people are going to say. Well, how is she going to charge for X, Y, and Z, and she's been doing it free? Anybody going to pay her?
Or what if the somebody comes along that might know more than me? And
Right.
then what does that do to my value or my perceived value?
Mm-hmm. What'll happen if I drag this money bag? If I am able to lift it and put it in the car and ride away? Now what do I do? Because I'm scared.
Good point. Good point. Because getting to the money bag is one thing, picking up the money bag is another thing, and then knowing what to do with the money in the bag
You get it, yeah.
once you get it. And see, all of that plays into missing money. Because see, it's not that you necessarily are, this just hit me, that you're missing money because you're not taking action or you're not implementing things. It could be that you're missing money, that you picked it up, but you let it sit because either you're afraid to do something with it or you don't know what to do with it. That's
Right.
why Coach always says that you have to give your money an assignment. And a lot of times we think you give your money. Well, I'm sorry, I said we. Gotta go with I don't know what everybody else think. I may think that I can only give my money an assignment once I have it. That I can't assign it to something if I don't have it yet. But
Once you have enough of it too.
right, that's a good
Right.
point too. But in manifestation, you manifest, you think about, you plan for before you have. That goes into that faith walk, but we ain't gonna get too deep today. Um, but you do those things before you have it, so that when you have it, you may not have that fear around what to do with it. What you
Right.
all think about that?
That's that's excellent. Put that plan in place.
Yeah. It made me think about back not that long ago either, that I held on to money thinking I can't spend this because I'm going to need it. I know I might have some unexpected bill, or I need to hold it because if I spend it now, I won't have it then. And when I started getting into coaching and that kind of stuff, I had to release that and not hold it, because otherwise I wasn't able to get the coaching. So I had to take that leap of faith. And now I can see, and the more we hear, the more we're around coach, is that we have to let money flow, because otherwise it isn't money. If it's not moving and if it doesn't have that assignment that coach tells us about, it really has no value.
It really has no value. But
And
you know
that's why
what?
they call it currency.
Yeah.
So go out with the current and come on back to you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. It flows with the current. But
Yeah.
in this month, in this Women's History Month, that is something that's a great mindset piece that we need to switch on, because us as women, we always have to try to be prepared for what may come up. And you make a great point. You say, I have this money, but I gotta keep it over here just in case something unexpected comes up. And you're trying to be prepared for that. But that stifles the energy in the flow of your money, which I think.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a difference where if you're putting your money in a can underneath the bed or under your mattress or wherever you hide it, or putting it in the bank. And when you put it in the bank, it's still used, it's still flowing. You just have a tally or an accounting of that money. But if it's underneath your mattress, that's when we're starting to hold that money back. And, we think, oh my gosh, I need to save money outside of the banking system because what if okay, so there is a time where we should have some money reserved, but not all of the money, not where we're living in fear of spending it.
Absolutely. It makes me think of, I call it the closed hand syndrome. If you are holding so tightly to your money in both of your hands, with your hands closed, it can't get out and nothing can get in. So when you open your hands and you let it flow, then it's a back and forth thing. It's a moving of the energy, a moving, as Verlin said, of the current, a moving of the currency.
And that's a hard mindset to I don't want to, I'll say transition into trying to teach yourself or trying to let go of it, because we've lived in fear of not having enough for so long that it's really hard to let go of it sometimes. So that mindset is probably the biggest hurdle when you're starting out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good morning, Medina. Good morning, Precious. William Harper says, once you don't value what you have, the game is over. Those around you will take advantage of you. We kind of double back a little bit on what we were saying about things seem to be, what we share sometimes seem to be so simple that we don't think it has a monetary value because it came so easily to us. And I know I often will think, if I know it, then everyone else must know it too. And that has been, that has been something that I really had to work with my mindset on. If I'm smart enough to go out here and figure this out, I figure everybody else has done the same thing. And often in conversation, I find that that's not true, because and the reason for that is everybody has different interests and look at things differently. So that's why when we talk about missing money and going to bit.ly/missing money 21, because there are so many aspects and so many parameters, so many layers to monetizing what you know, what you have, what you've learned.
Right. And all the time you don't realize the value, like we said earlier, of what you have. But others see it and they'll keep coming and keep coming and keep coming because they see the value in it. But at some time, the light bulb needs to go off and say, wait a minute, maybe there's something to this.
Especially if people keep coming to you and asking you for that information. I've had so many people come to me all the time. How do I fix this? My computer broke. How do I secure that? How do I access this? What program should I use? All of that meant that I was holding on to something that had some value in it, and I didn't see it. I didn't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Medina makes a good point. She said we all have the ability to solve a problem. Just that one sentence right there says it all. And then what problem will you solve? And then how will you monetize it? So if you come to the Missing Money boot at the Missing Money webinar on Saturday evening at bit.ly/Missing Money 21, go on over to that link. And I'm going to tell you, don't bring your friend. Bring a hater with you. They will be so flattered that you ask them to come. They'll come. Because one, they'll be thinking, well, I don't like you, and I know you know I don't like you. Why you being nice to me?
Right.
So they'll say, let me see what this chick is up to. And you might change their whole life.
And it's business. It's nothing personal.
Right.
Right.
And then now you've turned one of your haters into one of your biggest cheerleaders. I'm just saying. I'm just, just a thought.
Good point.
Just a thought. Good morning, Leandra. Good morning. Hey, Shanadra. How you doing? What else can we talk about this missing money and monetizing everything? I mean, my biggest thing is when I go in Walmart, I see shelves full of a whole lot of stuff. And usually I want a lot of stuff that's on those shelves. Usually I come out there with a lot of stuff I didn't go in there with. And we want our clients and customers and the general public to see our shelves as valuable as we see those shelves that we shop off of.
Yeah, and how many times have you walked in Walmart and thought, I could have done that? That could be my product.
Right.
And think about a lot of the patents. I'm going somewhere totally different, but think about a lot of the patents that are out here. The majority of them are not for something brand new. They are for something that has been improved upon. Something that already exists that you put something different into to make it something totally different. Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and misappropriate. I don't want to say steal. I'm not going to tell you to misappropriate anything. But you got to put your own spin on what's out in the marketplace, because what's out here is not new. It's been out here for a long time.
Right.
It's just how you add to it, massage it, change it.
Yeah. What makes you different? What makes yours different?
Absolutely. And put that thing on your shelf.
Exactly. A good example of that is Coca-Cola. So you can go to all kinds of different fast food restaurants and you can order a Coke. But did you know that if you went to McDonald's, you're getting a completely different Coke than you were if you went to Burger King?
That's right.
They have a specialized blend that only they get. So the Cokes are not the same when you go to these stores. And that's kind of what you're talking about, is there's something a little bit different, a little bit improved upon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because most likely the base of all of those sugary drinks are what? Sugar, water, and color. Sugar, water, and color, that different flavors have been added to them to make them specific to the restaurant or the company that's offering it. Now, when you think about it like that, that seems really simple, doesn't it? That seems really simple.
Yeah.
But we look at it as this big grandiose thing because it's a big company that has been around for a very long time. So you're thinking, well, little old me could never do that. Well, yes, you can, because they started out as a little old me in the beginning. So if you come over to bit.ly/Missing Money 21, you can be that little old me, that little engine that started up, and that little engine that can, so that you could say later, I was that little engine that could, that would, and that did. Because, I mean, you think about it. It's just water, sugar, and some heat. Water, sugar, and some coloring. Now, what are you going to put in yours different? You gonna put some lemon extract in it? You gonna put some vanilla in it? What you gonna put in it different to make it uniquely yours? I mean, I'm
And
not
that's
just
what we're doing.
speaking to me too, y'all, because Lord have mercy, it really is that simple.
Well, and that's what we're doing. We're spilling a little bit of ourselves into our products and services.
Exactly.
And, there might be a variety of the same types of things out there, but yours is going to stand out to somebody.
And that's another good point, though. And I want y'all to weigh in on this. You may have the same, Don, me and you may have the same product. Verlin, me and you may have the same product. But my personality is different from your personality, from all of your all's personalities. We may have 300 people that listen to all three of us, but one of us is really going to resonate with 10. One of us may resonate with another 10. Someone else may resonate with Berlin. So it's all different and based on what your personality resonates with. Therefore, therefore, you never have to worry about there being a shortage because there being scarcity because there's enough personalities to go around in the marketplace where everybody has a chance to eat. What y'all think?
I agree. There's no shortage.
And
You
there's
just
really no
have to look.
competition.
Right.
There
And
is,
somebody always have what you want
yeah,
or what you need. It's out there. And
it
if it
definitely is.
isn't out there, then what's keeping you from creating it?
And no idea is a bad idea. The only
Right.
thing about an idea that's bad if you don't move on it.
Well, how many times do we start out with something and we've tweaked it to improve it? So as long as you're starting, and then who do you go to find out if it works? We got
Absolutely.
to go to our customers. We got to go to our clients. We got to find out if this is going to resonate with them. And if it's not getting you what you're looking for, get back to the drawing board.
Right.
So we might have to spend a lot of time just in that discovery mode to find out what it is they really want us to do for them. We might think we know, but it ends up being something different when you start thinking about the way what your client needs.
Absolutely.
That's true. But the key word is, Donnie, getting started.
Getting
Get started.
started. Yeah.
Get started.
And the only way that you can't win is if you stop.
Right.
Exactly. Yep.
Is if you stop.
I think that's the definition of true failure is you can't fail unless you stop.
Right.
Unless you stop. Unless you stop. So y'all, what else y'all want to talk about? Any other subjects y'all want to hit?
I'm sure we could come up with all kinds of subjects to hit. So we're talking about this Saturday evening at 8 p.m. Central, correct? If you go to bit.ly missing money 21, get registered for this because I'm sure that as we're talking about what we are thinking, we may have inspired some different thoughts in the people, in our viewers who may have those questions starting to arise now. And where can they get those answers? They need to come on Saturday to ask those questions and get those answers from Coach themselves.
And absolutely. And that's another thing. It's not that she's just going to be presenting about missing your money. Coach sticks around and answers your questions.
Yes. Yep.
And she stays around and answers questions until no one has any more questions. And
she expects it.
Exactly. He waits for it. And there are not a lot of people that will do that.
Mm-mm.
you know? So that's a valuable asset in itself. She answers your questions to get you moving.
Directly. And that's kind of what sets her apart from others.
Yeah.
Is she spends that valuable time with us.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, I think we've shared with the people this morning that you need to stop missing your money. One, because if you have a business and it's not making any money, is it really a business? Because see, the IRS said that's a hobby. And when you try to write off your advertising fees, your lunches, all of that good stuff, they say, hold on, wait a minute. They don't say, wait a minute. They say, wait a minute. I don't see no revenue to balance that again. So we gonna disallow that. So now you got to pay them instead of them paying you.
Mm.
Um, if you don't know the value of what you hold in here, then you're missing money yet again. As Berlin, I think you said earlier, we push those bags out the way and try to scoop up those pennies and those dimes. So that's two reasons why you all need to be over here for the Missing Money 21 webinar on Saturday. And three, why let your genius go to waste?
Yeah. Can I give a fourth?
You sure can.
Why are you missing your money? Why do we not flip that switch and have money missing us so much so that it wants to find its way back to you? Its purpose is to come back to you. So
Come
stop
back.
missing your money. Let money miss you.
Let money chase you. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I like that. Let the energy find you.
Exactly.
Berlin, you want to close us out?
Well, I would just like to encourage them to go to bit.ly missing money 21 because you really don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And others may see, like I said earlier, the value in what it is you say, what it is you do, what it is you prepare, anything. They may see the value in it. That's why they keep coming back. That's why they keep calling. That's why they keep knocking on the door, sending you text messages and email. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? That's because they see the value in what you have. So just take a moment and just think about something must be to this thing. They keep coming back. And trust and believe you can monetize it, and someone out there will pay you. We thank you for joining us this morning, and don't forget to go to the link. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday at the Missing Money webinar, bit.ly/missing money 21. Have an amazing, amazing Wednesday, and we almost there, y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.